now first we are going to have a lecture, and then after the lecture I'm going to ask everybody to please open your Moodle and look at your grade and tell me if that's what you're expecting, so that your class will be already eliminated, closed. Okay, so before we begin, oh my goodness, I forgot. Wait, I am looking for something. I hope your classmates will arrive quickly because we are quite few at the moment. Do you think some of your classmates think we don't have classes? Is there a possibility that they think we don't have class? Or, but it's okay. Anyway, they can read and do what we are going to be doing today. Okay, so the reflection, students, for this week is failure is just an expression of God saying you are moving in a wrong direction. Now, when I'm talking, what we are talking about here is not only, it's not about failing in the class, that you got a wrong grade. It just means you're trying to do something and it did not go through. Maybe you wanted to travel somewhere and then the flights were canceled, or there is a typhoon, or you applied for a job and you did not get it. Maybe it's because God is saying, that's not where you're supposed to go. You go this way. So every time you come, you find an impediment, don't make too much noise. You'll be unhappy for a while, but then think of it as something, maybe it's for your benefit. You never know. Okay, just try to reflect on this and then make it in a way you want to make it. Okay. Okay, again, students, health, health, health. Please don't forget we are in an epidemic. The reason why we are in the reason why I know this, we are still here. As long as we are online, it means there's still something wrong going on. So please remember your mask, wash your hands all the time, don't touch your face, keep distance, don't shake hands, don't kiss, don't hug people who don't live in your house. Okay, so today we are still going to continue with we are continuing with what we did last meeting. So we are going to have some, what's that? A look back on what we had last time. Then we'll continue, and then you will be on your own doing your exercises while I confirm the grades, okay? I'll use my desktop. I don't like using desktop. Okay, so we are continuing. Last meeting, can we remind ourselves? So we were introduced to linear equations in one variable, and then we had some problems which we saw. I'm hoping that everybody managed to solve these other problems which we'll not do. And then the most important one is to know how to convert algebraic to know how to convert worded problems to algebraic symbols, and then being able to solve them. I am hoping you were able to do that. Okay, so now we are moving on. If you are not, you'll ask me. You can ask me again. So let's move on to the second topic, which is inequalities. Last meeting, we are talking about equations. So this is the opposite. So the symbol before, which we had for an equation, when we talk about equations, oh, I'm learning to write very well. So equations deal with equal sign. Now inequalities, anything which is not an equal sign will be considered as an inequality. So we have these. Then we have less than or and greater than or equal to. So these are the symbols which we are going to be dealing with. And what are we going to do? We are going to be equating algebraic expressions on either side of these symbols. Now we have some literature or some properties of inequalities, how to be able to solve them. But even if you don't know that one, you can, just common sense, could be able to use it. So let's look at some of the properties of inequalities. Okay, so it's the same. Remember, if you have an equation, for instance, you have, let's use the simple one, 2x plus 1 is equal to 5, let's say. Okay, so we know that this side is balanced with this. So what you do this side, you have to do with this side. If you're going to multiply by 1, multiply by 1. Divide by 10, divide by 10 to make it balanced, always balanced. Now, when it comes to inequalities, we are going to change it, this one, say to 2x plus 1 is not equal to this side. So it's the same with addition and subtraction. If you are going to subtract something from this side, it is the same thing you're going to do here, because so that the relationship will remain the same. And it's also the same if you're going to add something here, you're also going to add the same thing. Division is also the same, and multiplication. But when it will come to using negative numbers, if you're going to be using negative numbers, for instance, you're going to multiply this side by a negative sign and this side by a negative sign, then if you're using, sorry, excuse me, students, this is for the equal sign. If you're going to be using not equal to, it's going to be the same as you're dealing with an equation. But when it comes to the less than or greater than symbols, then if you're going to be multiplying this side by a negative side and this one by a negative, then you're going to reverse your symbol to greater than. So this property, you don't need to memorize it. You just need to substitute a very small number like 1. If you substitute 1 here and then you try to see, use a small number like, let's say, this is equal, let's say 2x plus 1 is equal to 5. Let's say if x is equal to 1. If I multiply this side by negative 1, what will happen? So this is going to become negative 5. Let's say x is equal, x should not be equal to 1, x is equal to 2. Let's say x is equal to 2. So if I multiply by 2, 3, let's make it 3. I am guessing here, students, sorry, I am guessing. If x is equal to 3, this is going to be equal to 7. Therefore, this side is really greater than 5. But what if x was equal to 3 and I multiplied this side by negative 1? What is going to happen? This is going to be a negative 7 and this is going to be a negative side 5. We know that looking at your number system, negative 7 is less than negative 5. Therefore, if you're going to be using multiplication or division, if you multiply this side by a negative number or divide this side by a negative number, you need to reverse your symbol and make it greater than. If it were less than, then you need to reverse it. So it's very important, students, that you're going to understand the properties more than in the equations. It's simpler, but when it comes here, you need to understand the properties before we'll start doing our problem solving. What I am happy about here, we don't have any worded problems. We are only going to have problems in algebraic symbols. Okay, so for us to be able to understand, let's do some problems together. If we will need to be going back to the properties so that we'll understand. Okay. Okay, let's deal with the other one, practice symbols. First, looking for the solution sets of inequalities. So we are given 3x minus 5 is less than 2x plus 1. And you are asked to solve for x. That is the thing, solve for x. Okay, so we have 3x minus 5 is equal to. So what did I tell you, students? Every time, please make sure that your variables are on the left side and your constants are on one side. So we need to move 2x to put it beside, and we need to move this one to put it beside. Okay, so we have 3x minus 5 is less than 2x plus 6. So you need to remember your properties. So what are we going to do here? We are going to add, what are we going to do to be able to remove 5 here? We are going to add a 5. So we are going to have 3x, just like in our thing, because this is not multiplication. So we are adding a 5, it will become 5 minus this will be 0. So we go this side, we have 2x plus 6 plus that will be 11. Okay, what are we going to do if we want to remove the 2x from this side? We are going to add a minus 2x. So we deduct this. We are going to do the same thing here, and we are going to come up x is less than 11. So this is what we call the solution set. So what will be the major difference between an equation solution and inequality solution? When we are dealing with inequalities, we are going to have solution sets, meaning x will have many values. So long as the value is less than 11, it's going to be satisfying this equation. Okay, let's have one. What if we put, can anyone, if you're listening to me, because I'm blambling here, if you're listening, one value of x, x could be equal to, anyone? Can you give me one value of x? Hello? Anyone, students? Miss Christine Lantise, can you give me a value of x? One value of x. If x is less than 11, can you give me x?
8, ma'am.
8, very good, very good. So let's substitute 8. 8 times 3 is 24. 24 minus 5 is 19. Okay, so this side is 19. 8 times 2 is 16. 16 plus 6 is 22. Therefore, we are correct. Okay, so 19 is less than this. Okay, give me one value of a value of x which is greater than 11, even 11 itself. Let's put 11. If we put 11 here, we are going to have 33. 33 minus 5 will give us 28. Am I correct? 33 minus 5. Is that 28, students?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So what about 11 times this will be 22. 22 plus 6 will be 28. Therefore, 11 cannot be a value of x because it's going to give you an equation. Okay, so that is one. What I'm going to do, students, I'm going to do those things. So I did one, then I'm going to do one which has a fraction, so that we are going to be involved with fraction. And I use one with a negative. This one, I think this one. Okay, so what I want you to understand is, even if we are dealing with inequalities, you are doing balancing. But because you are dealing with inequalities and it involves one side being bigger or smaller than the other, if you're going to be introducing in multiplication only, multiplication and division, you're going to be introducing negative numbers for division and multiplication. Then you're going to be turning around your symbol. You're going to reverse the symbol. I want to use the same problem, but this time I'm going to make it 3x minus 5 is less than or equal to 2x plus 1 plus 6. So what will be the difference here in our solution set? What will be the difference in the solution set? Because we've added another symbol, which is plus, which is equal, so we have less than and equal to. So when you're going to solve an inequality like that, you still follow the same thing, but please remember to maintain your inequality symbol. So the answer is going to be the same. We have x is less than or equal to 11. We have already proven this, that if x is equal to 11, this inequality is going to be an equation. It will be 28 is equal to 28. So there is no any difficulty if I'm giving you something which is less than or equal to or greater than or equal to. Just maintain the inequality sign. Now, when it comes to fractions, that is still the same thing. For instance, if we have 3x plus 5 divided by 2 is less than 1/2. So what are you going to do? It is the same procedure. What is the first thing you're going to do here? To make it easy for you students, if you're given something like this, what is the very first thing you're going to do? I need to pick you up because if I don't say somebody, nobody will answer. Miss Joanne, Miss Annan, can you tell me what will be
cancel out cancel out the 2, ma'am.
Okay, that is very, very correct. But how will you cancel it out? What property are you going to be using? What will you do?
By dividing both sides by 2.
No. Divide, ma'am. Divide.
Multiply.
Multiply each side by 2. Very good. Multiply each side by 2 to remove the fraction. Now, what if I am going to give an example here. Okay, I am just saying, what if I gave you something like this? Okay, negative 3x plus 5 divided by 2 is less than 1/2. What is the first thing you're going to do? I wish I had the bonus points this time. It would be so nice. I'm going to choose Monsieur JT. Hello. What is the first thing I'm going to do if I am given an inequality like this? What is the first thing I'm going to do?
I don't know, ma'am. Sorry.
Oh, no, you look at it. Look at it. Analyze. Negative, this side is less than 1/2. Oh, I wanted you to be done. Okay. 23 years. Okay. What about Miss Laika Ballesteros? Miss Laika, what would we do first here? If you're given something like this. Miss Laika? No? I wish you can talk like Mr. Trias. What will you do first? What? I didn't hear that, ma'am. Miss Ballesteros? Okay. Is it your reception not good?
Hindi ko po kayo gano'n naiintindihan, ma'am.
I am asking, what is the first thing you're going to do if you're given this equation? 3x, I'll remove the others because this is very important. It might come up in the others are very easy. You're given like that. It's the same equation we are using. 3x plus 5 divided by 2 is less than 5. It's less than 1/2. We used 1/2. Let me not change the solution. Is there anyone who wants to tell me what is the first thing you're going to do? Like always, because what did I tell you? When we are dealing with these things, you need to make a strategy. How am I going to solve this one? So if you're given something like this, what is the first thing you're going to do? If these ones are not there, the first thing we are going to do is to eliminate the fraction by multiplying each side by 2. But now we have the brackets and then with the negative sign and everything. So what is the first thing we'll do? Miss Malabanan, Miss Anna Maria?
I don't know po.
You don't know? Okay, what about Miss Turo? Miss Turo. Hello, Miss Turo. What about Miss
I'm
Turo?
sorry, I don't know the answer po.
Okay. What about Mr. Kevin Ang? Because I know some people are just shy. Mr. Kevin, are you with us? Oh, Miss Manaligod. Miss Manaligod, hello?
I have no idea, ma'am.
You don't have an idea? What about Miss Manzanalan? Manzanal, Miss
Don't have a
Manzanal.
clue po.
You don't have a clue? Okay. Somebody might have a clue, I think. What about Mr. Fuentes? Mr. Fuentes, hello? Mr. Fuentes? Hello?
I just went in po.
Are you just arrived? You don't
Yes
know
po.
what's going on? Okay.
Yes po.
Okay. Mr. Tria, John Michael, really you don't know?
Yes, ma'am. I did not study that, ma'am.
No, I've been teaching it now. What about Miss Annan?
I'm not sure, ma'am. Maybe.
The first thing to do, what?
Wait, ma'am. Wait.
First thing would be
Cancel out the negative.
wow.
But I don't know how.
You deserve bonus points, but
I don't know how to cancel out the negative, ma'am.
Yeah, but that is the first thing. Thank you.
I see. Okay, ma'am.
Number one is to eliminate the negative, because you know, if the negative is there, it's very difficult to deal with this kind of equation. Very good, Miss Annan. I will be breaking my rule of no bonus point, but that's later. I am marking your name, really. First thing is to eliminate the negative. First thing is to eliminate the negative sign. And how are we going to do that? By multiplying each side with a negative. Because as I told you before, we don't want our variable to be negative. No, I don't mean its value, but we don't want to have anything like this. Negative x is equal to 2. We don't like that. Let this side be negative, but never the variable. So to be able to remove the negative sign, it's multiply each side by -1. Or in this case, let's multiply each side by -2. So that will do two things at the same time. Get rid of the fraction and get rid of the negative sign. Very good, Miss Joanne. Very good. I'm very happy. Okay. Multiply each side by -2, but if you want to go slow, first remove the negative by multiplying by -1, then go and multiply by 2. Multiply by 2 to get rid of. But in this case, let's multiply each side by -2. So when we multiply by -2 each side, so this is going to cancel out. This will become, negative times negative is positive. So this is going to become 3x plus, 3x plus 5, because we've removed the 2, it canceled out, and the negative times negative became plus. Now, this is our problem here. So we go this side, negative 2 times this will be negative 1. So this is where you go back to your properties. What does it say? It says that if you're dealing with an inequality and you multiply you are multiplying each side by a negative, you're going to reverse the symbol. So this symbol was less than, it's going to become greater than. It will become a greater than symbol. That is why I'm hoping students, you read our thing. Let's look at it again so that we can read it very well. Okay, in the properties it says, the inequality is unchanged if both sides are multiplied by the same positive number. But it will be reversed if both sides are multiplied by same negative number. This is where I am. You need to be very careful when it comes to inequalities. For other things, subtraction and addition, it's okay. But when it comes to multiplication or division, if you are using negative numbers, then you need to reverse the symbol. And remember one thing, students, we never write a variable in negative. A variable is never written like, you cannot give me an answer like this. Negative a is equal to 2. Is this correct? Yes, it will be correct because, but you cannot write a variable. A variable is always written as positive. So this will be, the final answer should be a is equal to negative 2. Okay? A is equal to negative 2. Never A is equal to 2. Never. That is why sometimes we need to apply this multiplication using negative numbers so that we'll be able to make our variable positive, just like the problem we just had. Because if you expand this out without, or you multiply each side by 2, it becomes negative, sorry, you forget the pen. If we multiplied each side by 2, it will become negative 3x minus 5 is less than 1. Okay, so to be able to remove the negative, we need to multiply by negative 1 to make our, okay, you could turn this, put it there, it will be negative 3x is less than, we added 5, so it's less than 6. So you need to remove this. So you divide by negative 3 so that it will be x is greater than negative 2. Okay, so remember, why do we need to use negative numbers sometimes when we are solving equations? It's because we have we don't want to have a negative variable. I don't mean its value, I mean the variable itself should not have a negative sign on it. It should not have a negative sign attached to that. So please, students, remember that. Okay, may I ask everybody to solve number 2? Number 2, very easy, number 2, I think. Can you try to solve number 2, students? Okay, you try. I'll wait for you. So everybody write it down because I want to exit. I'm using my desktop and I want to see something else. I don't want to advertise it. So please write the question. 2x minus 5 brackets is less than 5 into x minus 7. So please make a nice thing which I can see that we know what to do. Then we are going to do it together, but I need somebody to give me an answer. Don't guess. In fact, you cannot guess. It's very difficult to guess. Okay, have you copied the question? I'm going to remove this so that I can check something for you. Okay. Okay, so please try to do that. Try to do that one. That number. Oh, I can see some people already have. I don't believe you have an answer so fast. Okay, wait a moment. Okay, let's see what people are. Yeah, Andrew, you need to solve for x. Find the what is this? Find the solution set for x. Solve for x, just like we did in the first problem. So please solve for x. Oops. What am I doing? Allah. You want someone else. Solve for x. No, not yet, not done. You need to have, I want you to have it like this. X is less than something. It should be in the form of x is less than like 23. This is an example, just, it should be something like that. X is less than 23, not in that form. This is not correct. I'm just giving an example. It should be in that form, x less than 23, like that, not like the way you're writing it. So you need to do more, solve it some more, okay? So everybody, please try to solve. As I said, it's not going to take you 1 second. You need like a minute or 30 seconds to solve it. Try, everybody try. Then we are going to do it together. These things are going to be a little bit more difficult than the equations, okay? So try. I am looking for my Mom, I'm not sure if it's okay. Let me check. I'll check. I haven't done it yet. I'll check. Somebody gave me a nice answer here. I'm going to check also to solve. Okay, we have. Okay, students, I saw somebody gave me something. Let's do it together. Miss Joanne gave me, x is less than 30/7. I don't know if did anyone else get like that? Okay, let's do it together. We go back to the board and do it together. Where is my board? Okay, can you see my thing? Okay, let's do. What was that number again? I'm going to give 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We are dealing with number 1. It's number 2. Okay, so let's do 2x minus, don't like the writing. Okay, 2x minus 5 equals, less than is less than 5 into x minus 7. Okay, so what is the first thing we are going to do? We are going to, on the right side, let's simplify, because we want to be on the right side to remove the x to bring it to the left side. So we need to simplify first. The moment you see brackets, simplify it first. So we have 2x minus 5 is less than 5 times x is 5. 5 times 7 is negative 35. Okay, so what is the next thing we are going to do? We are going to put the like terms together. We need to bring our x on the left side, because we want always the unknown, the variable, to be on the left side, and we are going to take the constant on the right side. So let's begin with the constant. To remove the 5 here, what are we going to do? Addition property, because when you add 5, it will be 5 minus, this will be 0. So we'll have 5x 2x, sorry, is less than, so we brought the 5 here. If you add 5 to 35, what will it, negative 35, it will give us negative 30. So this will be 5x minus 30. Do you understand how I did it? Because this is negative 5 plus 5, it will become 30. It's like 5 minus this will be negative 30. Okay, next, we need to remove the 5x from this side. We want to take the 5x this side. How are we going to do that? By using the subtraction property. So we are going to subtract 5x from this side. We do the same thing, we'll subtract 5x from this side. 2x minus 5x will give us negative 3x. Do you understand how I got it? I am deducting 5x from here, so it will be negative. You should know how to, subtraction. 2x minus 5x will be negative 3x. It's less than negative 30. Okay, so now we have negative, negative. We don't want to have a negative sign. So what are we going to do? We are going to divide each side by negative 3. Okay, divide each side by negative 3. So if we are going to divide, what did it say? If you're going to be divided by the same negative number, what is going to happen to what will happen to your thing? Okay, a moment, students. Something going on somewhere. Sorry, forgive me. Okay, so if we are going to be dividing each side, can you still see my board? Can you see?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, because I accidentally removed it. Okay, so if we are going to be dividing each side by negative, this is what our properties say of inequalities. We need to reverse the symbol. So I'm going to divide by negative 3. Why am I doing that? Because I don't want my variable to have a sign. So please remember, it's not the value of the variable, it's the sign of this variable x should not be negative. So for me to be able to make it positive, I will divide by, or if you want, you could multiply first by negative 1, but why? Go straight. Divide by negative 3 for each side so that it will cancel out the negative. So each side divided by 3, this will become x. We need to reverse this is greater than 10. Okay. Can we go back and follow very well? Okay, so what did we begin with so that I'm hoping we will understand? Okay, 2x minus, we are given 2x minus 5 is less than 5 into x minus 1. So the first thing always students, they give you, try to remove those brackets, remove them because it's cumbersome. You cannot do, especially if it has a variable inside. It's the variable I need, so I need to extract it out. So that is the first thing we did. So we multiplied 5 times x, we have 5x, and 5 times negative, there is a negative here, 7 will give us negative 35. So this is the first step. Second step, we want to isolate, we want to put the like terms together. We'll put the Japanese with the Japanese and the Ugandans with the Ugandans. So Ugandans are x, Japanese are constants, we put them this side and we put the others this side. So bring x this side, bring the constants that side. How are we going to do that? Let's go slowly. Let's begin with a small one. Let's begin the left side because that's our favorite side where we are going to put all our variables. So to be able to remove the 5, what am I going to do? I need to add a 5. Why? Because 5 added to negative 5 will give me 0. So the 5 will be removed. If I add a 5 here, do the same thing the other side. So if I add a 5 here, since I have a negative 35, it's going to give me a negative number because it's like I'm removing. It is like 5 minus 35 will give you negative 30. So you need to know how to do your addition, subtraction of signed numbers. Okay, now I have this. So the next step, I want to remove this 5x. How will I remove it? By adding it. I mean, subtracting it. So I subtract 5x here. I need to subtract 5x here. I have only 2x. So 2x, if you subtract 5x, you're going to remain with negative 3x. So I remain here with negative 30. So I have negative 3x is equal to negative 30. So the third step will be this one. So this was like third step. Then the fourth step is to eliminate the negative number. I could do it in one take by eliminating it and eliminating the 3. So I'm going to divide each side by negative 3, and I will have to reverse the symbol, the inequality symbol, because that is the property, or those are the properties of solving inequalities. Once you use any negative, the other side will become either bigger or smaller, depending on the inequality side. So for in this instance, this is going to become bigger. So x is greater than 10. Okay. Divide here, cancel, divide here, cancel this one, it becomes 10. So this is our solution set. We no longer say solution. It will be a solution if it's x is equal to 10. Then you say that solution. But since we're saying x is greater than 10, we have many values. 9, 8, 0, 11, 12, 1 million, 200 million. All those values will be satisfying our inequality. Did we understand, students? Can I let you be the ones now you do number 3, 4, 5? I leave you doing that. Try to do those ones because I'm going to open Moodle. I'm going to update or look at your grades to see it is as I want it to be, so that I'll ask you to open, and you're going to tell me that's your grade or it's not your grade, okay? So can you copy number 3? Copy number 3 and try to do it while I am doing my thing. I am sorry because I'm using my desktop, so I need to close you out first before I, because if I fail to upload the whiteboard, okay? So please copy number 3 and try to do it. Okay, I think you've copied it. So I'm going to close you out, and I'm going to try. Oh, very good, Mr. Fuentes. When did you do this? With me or I don't know? Very good. Okay, so please try to do number 3 while I go to Moodle. First, I need to open your grades. I want Barman. So that I'll check BAN there. Because this, excuse me. Okay, try to do that, students. I'll just be a minute checking your grades. Okay, students, everybody listen to me. Please, everybody open your model, go to your midterm grade. Go and look at your midterm grade now. Everybody who is here, please open your model and look at your midterm grade. I am looking at your midterm grades now from Ames, where I encoded it. And in fact, I just copied it here. I have it. So please look at it. I'm going to call one by one. You tell me your grade is okay. It's okay. Okay? So the grades I have here, because I cannot, okay. I'll be calling you one by one. And I don't want you to say it, but you just tell me that that's the grade you are expecting. This is very important for me, students. Hi, this thing is going to be like this. Hello, 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 hello. Hurry up. I am just worrying that the internet might disappoint me. Okay, so I'll be calling here. I'm not even going inside. I look at what I have. Okay, Mr. and Kevin, have you seen your grade? You're not there?
Yes, ma'am.
Have you seen your grade?
Yes po.
It's okay, right? That's what you're expecting.
Yes, ma'am.
Everybody, if you look at your, yeah, okay. Okay, Miss President, Miss Annan, are you looking at your grade?
Yes, ma'am. Hello?
Yeah, are you look at your grade, ma'am? You can see it.
Yes po.
Okay, Miss Ballesteros. Miss Ballesteros.
Yes po, ma'am.
Your
Okay
grade, you
po.
see. Okay, okay. Mr. Bartolome. Miss Bartolome.
Yes po, ma'am. Okay po, ma'am.
Is it okay? Okay.
Yes po.
Miss Bonifacio. Miss Bonifacio, let's see, I'm checking something. Miss Bonifacio. It's only, the only person, the grades I put there are the same except for Miss Gavilan, Christelle. Is Miss Gavilan here? No, I think not. Okay, Miss Bonifacio, are you here? Okay. Miss, I was told Miss Diaz is, Miss Diaz. Miss Diaz, Francis, are you here? Irish, are you here? Okay. Miss Dimakulangan. Miss Drilon. Miss Drilon. Mr. Espiritu. Kenji. Mr. Fuentes. Mr. Fuentes?
Yes po, ma'am.
Are you looking at your
Yes
grade?
po, it's okay po.
Okay.
Yes po.
Okay. Miss Gallego.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Miss Gavilan. Miss Gavilan, if you are here, please, I need to talk to you because this is it. If you are here, I need to talk to you. I don't really want to announce, but there is no way you're going to pass this subject if this is the grade. There is no way. So please, you need to see me. I've been begging you, making a consultation, but you don't, I don't know. I think maybe you're here and you don't want to answer. I don't know. Okay. Miss Julianda. Miss Lantise.
Yes, ma'am.
Miss Lawas. Miss Lawas. Miss Lisa? Miss Malabanan?
Yes po, ma'am.
Miss Mamitag? Miss Manaligod?
My grade is okay, ma'am.
Thank you. Miss Mancilia?
Yes, ma'am.
Miss Manuel? Miss Manuel is here. Miss Manzanal, sorry, I'm always mispronouncing. Miss Manzanal.
Yes
Yes,
po, it's good po.
it's good. Okay, thank you, ma'am. Miss Mendoza. Kim Mendoza. Kim and Miss Michaela, you need really to be with me because sometimes I might exchange your your scores because I just typed in Mendoza's name, but I did not. I was very careful this time. So Miss Kim, Miss Michaela Mendoza, okay, Miss Monteza. Oh, Miss, why there is a Miss, is this Mr. Monteza? Mr. Monteza? No. Mr. Morano. Wow, Mr. Morano. Mr. Morano. Miss Namo. Miss Namo, are you here? Okay, I call you, you don't, up to you, my dear. Miss Ocampo. Hannah Ocampo. Okay, Mr. Operario. Mr. Pastelero.
Yes, ma'am.
Andrew. Andrew, what's going on? Miss Satet, is that Satentes? Sean, Mr. Satentes. Miss Soko. This is L-I. Miss Soko. Okay, Mr. Tria.
It's okay, ma'am.
Miss Turo. Miss Turo.
Okay, ma'am. Yes po.
Miss Vital. Miss Vital. Okay, students, this is it. I am going to close midterms of BAMM 101. Anyone who knows Miss Gavilan, she has to get to, not to send me, she has to send me a message to talk to me, not in Moodle, in MS here in Teams, because I cannot have a dialogue in Moodle. Here in Teams, please, anybody who knows this lady, you tell her that I want to have a dialogue with her in MS Teams. I've already sent many messages and I told her like that, but nothing. Okay, so please help me with that because I am done. I am not going to go back to midterms. This is it. The grades which are in your model, those are the ones which will come out when I finalize. I am going to ask again, is Miss Manuel here? Juliana? Okay, okay. Okay, okay, students, so those are our grades. I am happy. Let's close that. Let's get perfect scores in finals. Let's get perfect scores in finals, okay? In the final period. Our seat works, our quizzes are all going to be perfect. So, may I have an answer to number, what number was that again? Number 3. Anyone has an answer? Number 3. Number 3, we did it together, right? So number 4. Anyone has an answer? Number 4? Number 4 would be, also will be Will be easy because I've given a very good demonstration. We have an answer there. May I look?
Number 4 po.
Mm.
Or number 3 po muna.
Number 3
Number
was,
4.
You did number 3 or number 4? Because number 3.
Number 4 po.
Yeah, it should be number 4 because we did number 3 together. So there's no answers here yet.
Number 4, ma'am, my guess is x is lesser than 2.
X is less than 2?
Mm.
Okay, let's see. There is a new message from Mr. X is less than 2. Can you, somebody typed here, X is greater than 2, Mr. Andrew. Okay, let's see. But I don't want I do everything. I will give you more exercises to practice, I think. Okay, X is less than 2. Let's put back our board first so that we can see together. Then afterwards, after this, I'm going to let you do alone. Be doing things. Can you see my board, students? You can see now. I remove this. Okay, number 2. So we have one of Miss Joanne. What is your answer? X is less than 2.
Yes, ma'am.
And Mr. Andrew, it's X is greater than 1, I think. Let me check again what she put there. Yeah, X is greater than 1. Okay. So let's do it together. Number 4 said 2x minus 3 is less than or equal to. So both of you are wrong because you removed the equal sign. It should be either x is equal or less than or greater than or equal to 1. Should be like that. So please, excuse me, do not change the sign. Don't change the inequality. So when you reverse it, it should still be equal or less than or greater than. So this is 4x minus 5. Okay, so step by step, what is the first thing we are going to do? Remove, put the like terms on one side, on each side. So variables on the left side, constants on the right side. That is the nice. There are some people who would do it so that they don't make this negative. They will just move this there. But it's not good to have something like this. 2 is equal to x. Oh my God. What kind of, it cannot be, it should be x is equal to 2. Because 2 is a constant. So 2 can be equal to x and 2 can be equal to y. So you need always on the left side is the variable, on the right side is the constant. Some people, to avoid making a negative variable, they will move this one instead. Move it this side so that it will be 2x here. Yeah, some people would do that. So that then it will come out, this is the constant and the variable is here, but that is a no in math, in algebra. Okay, so we are going to first remove the variable, the constant 3. So we have 2x, remain with 2x. Using the addition property, we'll have 2x is less than or equal to 4x. So minus 5 plus 3 will be the same as 3 minus 5 will be negative 2. So I think Joanne is correct, no? Might be correct. Okay, so then we move this one to this side. How are we going to move this one? By using a negative. Subtract the 4x. So if we subtract 4x, what are we going to have here? 2x minus 4x is going to give us negative 2x is less than negative 2. Oh, I think this is correct, but it did not change the signal. Okay, then, so if we are going to have two of them, we need to divide each side by negative 2 to remove the negative sign and also to get rid of 2. Now, this is what I want to tell you, students. Some people, because, you know, I want to go step by step. So what they will do, first they'll multiply by negative 1. Then they will divide by 2. It's okay to do it like that, but you can make a shortcut by just dividing straight. by -2 each side. So this side divided by -2 and this side divided by -2. It's going to give us x, we don't know what is here, 1. So since we use negative to divide, the property of inequality says you need to reverse the symbol. So this is going to become greater than or equal to 1. So Mr. Pastelero, you were almost correct, but you'll get it very, very wrong because you did not include the equal sign. It is greater than or equal to 1. Are we good, students? How are you? Hello? Okay, so please practice, practice, practice. Now, the last one is very easy. I'm going to, you just do them all over again, practicing. You'll be able to get the seat work, which I'm going to open later, not now, not now, not now. So if I were you, why don't you repeat all of them and practice? So our seat work, let's look at the, how many numbers we have, I forgot. Okay, so we have 30 points, which will be on the first topic we did, which is equations, and then 20 points will be on the inequalities. I think this one, it's more on theory. Theories, including both of them, theories, then this is more on problem solving. Problem solving. Okay, so we are going to be able to do it. So the next meeting on, when is that? Next meeting is that day you are going to submit, students, but you will also be doing this in the class. So you don't need to panic. Oh my God, we will not have time. You have a lot of time. You have a lot of time to do this. I'm going to, what is this, what I'm saying? I'll be opening it today, and then you're going to submit it on at 8:30. Thursday, 8:30, you'll be submitting. So you have a lot of time. So practice first, read, especially for inequalities, you need to understand the theories. Oops. You need to understand these theories. Please read the theories here. I didn't read anything, you see, and I didn't read here. Read about the transitive, oh my God, transitive, why I put TTTs, transitive, transitivity property. That is also something you need to learn about. Okay, so we are done here, students. One thing I'm going to repeat. Everybody, I called your name, and I am going to repeat and say, I am going to close the midterm grades. The reason I keep on saying this is last semester, not last semester, last period of prelim, somebody came to me like, just was it this beginning of November, asking me why their grade is like that. And I'm like, I left the grades open for almost 2 weeks. Why you didn't ask me then? You know? So please, if you feel that's not your grade, speak up now so that we are going to investigate where we are wrong, okay? Otherwise, remain silent forever. Just like they say when you get married, you know, you should keep quiet, don't say anything about this couple. Now I am saying also, if you don't tell me today, remain silent forever. That's your grade, okay? So please help me with Miss Gavilan. Don't make it your duty to do it. Just if you can send her a message, she listens to you, tell her to see me today. She has to see me today. Otherwise, she's wasting money and time. She has to see me today. Last prelim, same thing. I begged her, she did not come. I don't want it to be repeated, these midterms, because this is her last chance. Last chance. Okay, students, please practice. You have around 10 minutes, just less than 10, maybe 6 minutes. Practice while you're here, and think of something you want to ask me. so that I can answer it while we are here before I will open your quizzes. Okay? Think of something you want to ask me. So I am here. I'm just letting you do your thing. DNA. Miss Norma. Excuse me. Excuse me. Okay. Okay, students, you don't have anything to ask about this topic or anything you want to ask me? So I assume next meeting will be doing our activities. Remember, so don't rush. Even if I open it, do not rush to do it, because next meeting, the whole meeting, you'll be doing your activity, the two activities, the sit work and the quiz. So let's see, Mr. Yeah, Miss Annan, you can keep reminding me starting tomorrow. So today, don't expect any activity open. I'll open it tomorrow. So if it's already at night, I haven't opened, you remind me, you send me a message. It's still closed, but I might tell you, yeah, it will be still closed. So please read from the beginning, equations, then inequalities, and make sure that by the time you don't go to do your quiz and sit work, it's a perfect score. Will be perfect score. So don't spoil your records, because most of you have very good grades. I don't want you to spoil it with this final period. Okay. So no questions, students, none. None whatsoever. Okay, silence means no questions. Okay, let us pray. Let us pray, students. Lord, thank you for giving us the opportunity to learn and the capacity to understand. Let our knowledge be of service, not only for the attainment of our goals, but also for the benefit of others. Amen. Okay, thank you for coming today, students. Wait for your activity. Just wait. But remember, you have 1.5 hours to finish those 2 activities. So just when I open it, don't rush, don't rush. Okay, goodbye.
Bye, ma'am. Stay safe po.
Bye-bye.
God
Thank you.
bless. Sayonara.
Sayonara. Sayonara.